Hey guys, Anthony here, Bibles and Barbells. Tonight's video is going to cover a couple things. Some of the things that I've talked about in previous videos. The one I did recently on hygiene from the SHTF school struck a chord with a lot of people and got a lot of people thinking. I got a lot of good comments on that video, and people are realizing the importance of hygiene plays in an SHTF situation. Look at places like Nepal with the recent earthquakes, and picture your town or city being cut off. Maybe not from a war-torn type invasion or something like that, but just a natural disaster where your area, your city, your town is cut off for weeks or months. And there's a lot of potential for disease to spread, for cross-contamination, things of that nature. And in Selko's case, was over a year in an actual war-torn country, and how little minor things like cuts on your hand, small wounds could end up being potentially life-threatening. So on the heels of that video, I even got to thinking and assessing my kit, as we all should do. Look at what we have, look at possible scenarios, look at things going on. Again, think of concentric circles, things going on in your area, your surroundings, your home, your town, city, then expanded from there, going out into worldwide or global things that are going on that could affect you down the road, or even a scenario that's playing out somewhere in the world. You can kind of do a scenario yourself. What if this happened here? What if this was the issue? What would I do? Would I be ready? Would I have the right gear? Would I have the right preps? Would I have the right, in the case of hygiene, something as simple as this Hibiclens can help keep down cross-contamination from spreading disease by just being able to have access to water, and washing your hands and disinfecting your skin with something like this can be priceless in a situation that requires careful hygiene. One of the things I am weaker at and don't know enough about is stocking extra antibiotics or medicines related to antibiotics, penicillins, and the whole gamut of those items. And so I started doing some research a while ago, then I stopped, and I just started again on the heels of the hygiene video that I just did. And there's a lot of good videos on YouTube. The Patriot Nurse comes to mind, her channel. She has a lot of good information and good videos on penicillin and how to obtain it, the fish penicillin. And I'm going to just show a couple things in tonight's video on what I'm doing. And again, this is me. This is what I choose to do, how I choose to augment my preps that I have already in this area and make it better. Because in an SHTF, or in the event of an SHTF, looking at what Selko went through, medicines like antibiotics are going to be nearly impossible to get. People talk about bartering and trading. Even in his time, in his area, they had a very, very hard time bartering for penicillins and the different antibiotics, because they were in such demand and required such a high price. You could literally give up a week's worth of MREs for one course of treatment for antibiotics. That's how important they were in that time period, because people were getting infections and people had things that they needed to cure or help cure that antibiotics were needed. So I'm taking it upon myself to not only educate myself more, try to get the basics in-house. They're available. The one I just got tonight, or just came in today, is I got it on eBay, and I'll put the link in the description box. And I guess I'll just show it here. This is the my first foray into the fish antibiotics. Again, this is the 100 capsules of Fish Mox Forte. And if you look at the label here, hopefully you can see it. It's 500 milligram capsules of Amoxicillin. And if you research these, there's your date on there, expiration date. And again, you want a reputable company. Thomas Laboratories is a reputable company from what I've researched. They're in the USA. A lot of your drug manufacturers that make these antibiotics for doctors, for human prescriptions, the same exact products are put in the fish antibiotics from what I've researched. And so I have here 100 capsules of amoxicillin. That could, this could mean the difference between life and death in an SHTF situation. If I were not to have this, it could spell disaster. If I did have it, it could possibly save me or someone else that I cared for. So stockpiling some of these is not a bad idea. Would I stockpile them for my own use right now in regular times? No. I would still use the doctor because there's a lot to know about these. There's a lot of different antibiotics used for different things, for different treatments, and you could harm yourself if you take the wrong one or make yourself susceptible to further infection. So you have to know a little bit of a background on how you can take these and what they're used for, what bacteria they're used to kill or make inert. So amoxicillin is one that's widely prescribed and widely taken. Lots of people know about it. So what I've done was I started doing some research on the internet. Again, just stuff I'm printing out and reading, basic stuff on antibiotics. This one's from medical expert. So I'm just reading some basics. Then there's lists of antibiotics, different ones. And then I went on, the one I bought tonight was from Petsporium on eBay. It was $23, free shipping. I think I got it in 2 days, 2 or 3 days. Again, right to my door, no prescription needed, 100 capsules of amoxicillin. If you go to shtfsource.com, you could print out, which what I did was they sell bundles. Their prices seem a little high, but their page is really good because it lists the different antibiotics, the different classifications of antibiotics. You can see there. And I just checked off the one I got. I plan on going down the list here and acquiring each and every one of these products from one source or another. So I have the complete spectrum of at least the major ones. And again, like I said, a physician's desk reference guide will help you out in an SHTF situation on which one to take for which ailment you think you had. So, or if you had someone like a doctor or a nurse that knew in your group or as a neighbor, that could also be very beneficial as well. So it's what I'm doing. I'm augmenting the stockpile I already have of regular antibiotics from the doctor and other medicines, and I'm augmenting them with the fish antibiotics to have a backup. So you make your own decision based on your best interests and your family's best interests. I'm not prescribing or telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I do and what I'm planning to do, because in an event of an SHTF, you're not going to be able to get these products more than likely. And if you do, you're going to probably put your life at danger trying to get them. So with that said, a couple more things I wanted to cover tonight. Been looking for a good EDC flashlight. Again, I got some videos pending on these. The Fenix lights I have in-house now. The LD02, which I briefly showed last week. And this one, the Fenix LD02 100 lumens light. I'm trying to stick with AA and AAA lights. This is a very small, lightweight AAA battery light, 3 functions. 100 max lumens, very easy not only to operate, very easy to carry in your pants pocket, either with the clip or just without the clip. Very, very good light so far. I've been testing it out this week. Hopefully I'll do a review on it this weekend. Again, the Fenix LD02-1AAA 100 lumens light. So I'm doing some research and testing on these, and the Fenix lights are working out great. The LD22, I just bought the red cap that goes on the light to make it red, make it shine in red, which I'll show in a video that I do this weekend. Lastly, I have on the lines of self-defense, the PMC X-Tac ammunition. I just got some in-house this week. Again, Target Sports USA has some pretty good deals on this stuff. Ship it right to your door. 5.56 NATO, 62 grain, green tip. I'll show you. Take one of them out and show you. But again, this stuff now versus getting it in SHTF or a situation where something happens and you need ammo or you need to defend yourself or your family, especially in light of some of the riots that have been breaking out across the country, specifically in Baltimore, but perhaps maybe spreading across the country. You find yourself in a situation where people want to prey on you or hurt you for whatever reason. You have a means of defending yourself, and you don't have to go around get crazy looking for ammo. So now is the time to prepare. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next year. A little at a time. That's how I've been prepping for years. Just a little at a time, each day, each week. You go to the store, you buy a box of ammo, you get a bottle of something like Hibiclens here, a bottle of peroxide, you go to the drugstore, you pick up some Band-Aids, and you'll be surprised. Put that in a kit on the side. Before you know it, you got lots of products stockpiled in the different categories of prepping. One last item I've had for a long time. This is a Surefire battery holder. Again, this holds 4 of the, not just a Surefire, but the 123A batteries. Again, nice little handy holder for 4 batteries. It's got the lanyard on it, and I just had found this in a kit that I had. I needed the battery, 2 batteries from it, and I had it out just to show in the video. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, especially on the fish mox or the fish antibiotics, the penicillins. Let me know if you are stockpiling or planning on doing so. And right now I found that eBay has some pretty good deals on it. And so I'm going to continue to look in the different classifications of these and start acquiring them a little at a time until I get a good enough backup that I'm happy with. Okay? Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, stay ready. Time to prepare is now. Anthony signing off. God bless.